All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Friday, and you know what that means. Say it with me. It is OCTANE Friday. And we are fishing with dynamite today to see what comes up to the top. I'm going through my list, making that master list for every single song of the day since April 5th, so some of you can see what we've done so far. I have learned a few things in that time while I'm working on it. We're into January, so we're almost done. But we have not yet covered this band, and so I am excited about this album. We are going back basically to 93, 94, and right smack in the middle of grunge. And we are talking about the debut album of Stone Temple Pilots called Core. Love this album, by the way. I revisited it last night, and man, haven't heard some of those songs in a long time, and this is a great record. So let's get to talking about it. Again, it's their debut album, released on September 29th, 1992. This thing sold like 8-10 million copies, something like that. It did go to number 3 in the United States. Who are Stone Temple Pilots? They're from San Diego, originally called Mighty Joe Young. Of course, Scott Weiland was their singer, and they did open up for Henry Rollins at the Whiskey. And when they started getting a little bit of a following, they had to change their name because there was already a band with that name. So they started fooling around. They did like that logo from the garage, the STP oil. So they were shooting around some ideas for what STP could stand for. One of the ideas they had was Stereo Temple Pirates. That would have been hard to say, I think. Another one is one I can't really repeat, but the first two are Shirley Temple. I'll leave your imagination to the rest. Glad they picked Stone Temple Pilots. This band had like 7 albums, 40 million records worldwide. They would go on to some, of course, a great career. When I was reading about it, after Scott Weiland died, I did not remember that Chester Bennington stepped in for 2 years to be their singer. I have to read some more about that. I don't remember that. I don't remember the Linkin Park singer doing that, so we'll have to check into that. But anyway, this record comes out, and so it came out in September of 93, right? So, September of 92, but the first single wasn't released until like the next year. I don't know how that, it was months and months later. I'm not sure how that worked. But the critics and fans did not agree on this record. Basically, one of the few bands, I think, there was probably a lot of bands, knowing the Rolling Stones critics, in which I hardly ever agreed with them growing up, they simultaneously won the Reader's Best New Band Award and the Worst New Band Award from the Rolling Stone critics. Same magazine, Best and Worst. That's how torn they were. They're like, are they trying to be grunge, in which case they're not really Pearl Jam or Nirvana? Or are they not grunge and are they just rock? Or what are they doing? I mean, early on they opened up for Megadeth and some pretty heavy bands, Rage Against the Machine. I mean, they did so, where did they fit into that whole genre is where they were trying to figure it out. Basically, one of the things that pushed them over the top was when they did Plush Acoustic. That was the thing to do, remember, back to put out an acoustic record. Plush Acoustic, they're saying one of his best vocals of all of his records, and that was a huge success. I remember loving that version more than the studio version, of course. It was a major success. The first single was Sex Type Thing, I think. That was the first one. That was November 25th of 93, so that was hitting the charts this time in 93. Creep was November of 93. That was in the charts this time of 94, and in between was Plush was in this May of 93. So let's talk about this record and these tracks. Dead and Bloated. What a way to kick off a record. I mean, the name aside, this is a great track. Always love this song. I just love that song. Sex Type Thing, obviously, big hit. Wicked Garden, also love that song. There's an instrumental there, No Memory. Sin, a song you won't hear but on the radio, but another good one. Naked Sunday, I don't know, that one sounds a little too hip-hoppy or something. That one I didn't go for, but then Creep, awesome. Piece of Pie, also a great song you won't hear. Of course, Plush was the one that put it through the roof. And then this song, Wet My Bed, which isn't really a song. It's the first thing they ever wrote together, and it's really just a banter between the two of them put to like a chime of some kind, a spoken word thing. For some reason, I always dug that. I don't know why I always dug it, but I did. And then in Crackerman, the last song, I also like that song a lot as well. So there's a lot to like on this record. If this is your kind of jam, revisit it, because this whole album, pretty much solid effort, and I think it's my favorite record of theirs. So Stone Temple Pilots, Core. That's your album for today. And what's my song of the day? Well, you know, it would have to be Plush, right? I mean, it has to be. I mean, Dead and Bloated probably makes sense for an OCTANE Friday song. So, yeah. But if you really want to say, Mark, I need something for OCTANE Friday, Plush is good, but I need OCTANE Friday, then it would be Dead and Bloated. So we'll put them both on there. You can decide. Tell me which ones you like. Tell me which one you like better. All right. 6.5 minutes saved you a little bit today. Enjoy your Friday, OCTANE Friday. We're rolling into the weekend. Gonna have another great weekend here in the cave. Have a good one, have a safe one, and as usual, let's touch on the hip side.